Cool. Leave. I should be live now. So I'm gonna just view everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Vortex stream. If you can hear me, let me know if you can't. Mainly, I feel like that's something very important to know. But welcome back to the Vortex stream, everybody. I'm Francisco. And today is gonna be a chill stream because recently, our dear friend Ellie, our friend and level designer Ellie, recently did a public playtesting session where multiple people uh, came around and tried out Mind Within, and we got a whole heap of stuff to go over. Um, Stuff being changes, fixes, some bugs we're going to go over, and all that. Mainly today, we're going to be focusing more towards the beginning. We're gonna be focusing on the first fantasy level, which is what I'm on now. We're gonna be heading back to reality two, which is one of the levels that I worked on. And then we are potentially going to be finishing up with fantasy level two, which is the first maze level where you go around picking up objects and they help you out. So yeah, I myself have a list of stuff to do here. So we are going to get on with that immediately, essentially. Um, so the first thing we saw is that this text needs to be bigger. I already did that a little bit behind the scenes, but we're gonna go back and play through it and see exactly how big this appears in game, so we can see for ourselves. So let's increase that a little bit. Cool. So I do know that a piece of text appears once you do collect the key. It could be more clear, I think, the text itself. So for this one, you just go into the canvas itself. This text's visible. Um, I think for this we can add potentially a outline around it. Change that to tap. Just fixing up the grammar a little bit. Stop that dot. Mm, hmm. If anyone comes around, feel free to talk in the chat, give suggestions. Mm, We're always open for those. That is the whole point of these streams, you know? Um, so yeah, it's gonna be me fixing around some stuff for now. Let's see. I see. So Ellie already went in and changed about the scroll. Turn this bit into a big old sign, which is cool. That's cool. Claire spawns right there. The sign could be a tad smaller, I think. Okay. Seems to be nice. Collider issue for the staircase. I see. Can take a look at that in a moment, but I also want want to see what's become of this scroll. Because originally that was what the sign was supposed to be, if I'm correct. Back in, come towards here. Yeah, seems about right. So this screen, sorry, this scroll we're still going to use, but that big sign as well, mainly for controls, I believe. But, in that case, I'm going to try to apply the same scripts that I used for this key over here. Come over here. Once we come near the key, oh, hmm, what's happened to our dear friend Key? It appears I might need to go back into the script, so hopefully um this will allow me to get Visual Studio up. Cool, there it is. Hmm. Why the on trigger enters. Hmm. My apologies, everyone, for the silence because hard for me to talk as I look through the script trying to find the bit I need. On trigger enter. Here it is. Mm, I see. There it is. That I would like to be on, please. So I could display what it is I'm talking about. Oh, back to that. Cool. Thank you, Unity. Thank you. Yellow warnings. I don't want to hear none of that right now. What I do need is to see the highlight on this key, please. Hmm. Has not been assigned yet. That is my fault. For some reason this didn't save from the last time I put it. Interesting. Okay, that should be good now. Shovel we're not using yet. Mm, scrolls there. Key image is there. Cool. The shovel we're gonna be using further on in the game in Fantasy Level 4, I believe. That will make an appearance in one of the streams. And there we go. Now we come near the key in order to collect it. Once it becomes collectible, it highlights. In one of the critiques, it said that the oh, I see. This said that it is hard to see the scroll, but if this is the case, I believe we may not be using the scrolls at all anymore. So if that's the case, I do believe then we can move these a little deeper into the level here so that players doesn't spawn right in front of them. It should be one of the first things we see, but I don't believe it should be the absolute first thing they see in the level because the level's so beautiful. Thanks to Ellie. Turning it a bit. Cool. So now the signs are a little bit in the distance. Yeah, amazing. I'm not sure what the collider issue could be on the staircase, but the player can crouch under those. That is explained in the on the signs there. They can go up here, which is part of the design, I suppose. If you remember last time, if the player comes over here, they can collect this page. I don't believe we will be continuing to implement those this stream, but since there is some stuff that should be fixed first, it is definitely something that we will be putting in throughout the game or so. Um, so I believe for the time being, that's all I needed to do for Fantasy 1. Ellie did come through and fix up a lot of stuff for us. So that is fantastic. So, I'm gonna be continuing to go through. If Unity is right, cool. We are going to come over here and head into the second fantasy level. Well, first, actually, we're gonna head into reality level 2 because I want to see if this stuff has been fixed as well. Find the player. Boom, there he is. Thank you. Um, I think Vidang said that for debugging purposes, he left that wall red. It's not meant to be red, but for the time being, we're gonna leave it as such. Yes, that's always fun. My fault. Hmm. So I think we're gonna leave that as it is for now. Mm. It says that the warning for when the enemy spots you doesn't appear to be big enough, so we're gonna be checking that out. We're gonna find out. Ooh, that text certainly needs to be bigger. Mm. Let us find the canvas. There it is. And then we're gonna find that dolls collected text, and then we're gonna make her a little bit bigger. What do you say? Straight up increase the font size of that. Super good. We're gonna be implementing new font assets as well because I don't think Liberation Sands is gonna be much good for us. Not the prettiest text and doesn't really fit with this game too well, but you know, so there's space for another line of text. And that should be more clear. Amazing. That's more clear. Player can definitely see that. So we're gonna be finding one of these enemies. Hello. Hello. There he is. Oh yeah. That is that is fairly small. So second of all, let's see here. Oh, we're gonna. Oh, 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 Unity. There we go. Unity being slow. Love it. Well, in the meantime, while Unity sorts itself out. Ugh, oh dear. Okay. Okay, are we set? We settled? Thank you, Unity. Thank you. Bless. It seems to have sorted itself out. So for this one, can never saw you run. I think we can change this to be more of a reddish color and definitely make that bigger. Hold on. Definitely make that bigger. Yeah, it's already bold. Doesn't need to be underlined, I think. That'll be a little strange. Mm, let's change kidnapper to just he. I think that makes it a little more ominous. Yeah. Can I make this lower text bigger? Or I assume not. Yeah, no, thought so. Okay, that's fine. That is a-okay for the time being. We're gonna leave that as so. That dulse collected text one down there. That definitely needs to be bigger, or at least a little more clear. Mm, I know it appears that's the same text, but don't worry. Those definitely say different things at some point. Mm. Best flavor of Monster, by the way. It's Pipeline Punch. Ooh, it's delicious. Ugh. Awesome. So that text seems to be all right. Made it a little more red. Let's make it pop more when the enemy's chasing you. Makes it a little more, terrifying, I think. Let's get back into the house. Make the blue disappear. Mm, so something about the lights. Lighting seems to be all right for me. Something about the hidden room as well. There's also some saying about a lot of objects floating in the air above the ground, so we're gonna be looking for those as well. He can do that. He's allowed to, fortunately. The enemy does what he wants. Sadly, in our game, we have no control of that. AI has come so far, hasn't it, chat? Speaking of chat, if anyone's watching, feel free to speak your mind in chat. If there's something I said, please let me know. Um, not sure how I can see who's watching, but I'm gonna assume everyone's having an amazing time then. Yes, turn that on. Sorry, I'm just turning on some chat settings. Make it all the easier to see you guys. Hey, seems to be alright. I increased the text for the enemy. Most of these are just clarity issues with the game. Mostly with text because the font we have is still the default Unity font. Um, what was it called? Let me see. Need to pull up this object. There he is. These are all still just Liberation Sands, you know. We need to get some more fonts, and with that, it should be good, hopefully. Um, hmm. In that case, I'm gonna add something I think would is gonna be pretty cool. I see these guys right here. These guys don't exist until they're told to. So in that case, I'm gonna give them all a cute little outline to make it all the more ominous. Just outline visible for now. Keep that as 4. Let's copy you and give it to you. Paste this. Oh, bad. Paste his values. And same with you. Oh, my bad. Paste his values. Awesome. Sorry, Unity, didn't mean to upset you. So we're gonna like test the level, clearly. We're gonna find these dolls quickly. Oh, I didn't see him. Warning should warning should come up earlier, I believe. Oh, you don't need to exist yet. Alright. Amazing. We're just having a stroll. Don't mind me. Cool. I'll leave you alone in that case. There's no one here. Everything's fine. Okay. Let's leave you to your walking around inconspicuously in that case. Oh, where is this? There he is. Let's grab you quickly. Head back. Let's see these. There are the outlines. Awesome. Now the player comes here, and the key appears once more. And from here, it is a little unclear where the player is meant to unlock this key, but that's all the play test I needed to do for that. Let's go back into my chat. My mistake. Hey, and that seems to be good. Amazing. Just a clarity detail I wanted to have up on there. And next, my friends, we're going to be moving on to the next level. And one of my personal favorites in the game, in fact, Fantasy Level 2. Seems Fantasy 2. Should be this one. Amazing, it is. Um, hmm, cool. All these walls should have colliders now. I believe that was a thing that we were missing. Past couple times I went to this, but it should be good now. Okay, it is good now. So for this one, I'm going to be adding a clarity detail that is in fact much needed. And you're going to help me with that. So, for this one, very important, I believe, we're going to be adding this outline script that I got off the asset store and I've been using in almost all my projects, honestly. It's an incredible tool. Highly recommend it to everyone. Quick outline. Um, I might even put in the description of the video. I find it that good. So take this and we're gonna give it to that chair. Make me yellow. Amazing. Um, yeah, outline all honestly, because we're not gonna be using it on startup. Just gonna play just the game, see what it looks like. Ooh, that's what it looks like. And this is for clarity's sake, to make it so it is very clear what objects are being handled. I'm gonna change my window to, well, I'm gonna change it to a display capture instead, so you guys can see what I'm up to, without me needing to go back and forth between them. So, okay, so this movable object script is attached to the chair. And then using what I did in the first person controller, this object, we need to get the component of the outline first of all. Mhm. Okay, we're gonna be doing in this on trigger enter script. Simple enough as this actually. This dot game object, and then let's add a on trigger exit. Trigger exit. Do a compare tag to find the player, because that is how this current grab script is functioning. And then once it detects that the player has left the collision box, the grab detection box, I mean, the outline should disappear in that case. But also, we need to make sure that the outline script itself is disabled before we start that. Let's press up to 4, so it's a lot more clear. Oh, still activating on startup. Um, okay, so now that seems to be working. That I think is a bug on Unity. I'm not quite sure what it's meant to do, but this can be grabbed now. And then once you move away from it, that outline disappears. This is just to make sure that objects appear to be grabbable when they need to be. There are a lot of collider bugs. Alright, it's because I haven't applied it to all of them yet. Only to this one. But, in that case, let's just apply this. Add component. Oh, I should not apply it to that chair prefab. That is not what I'm meaning to do. Only to stuff with that collider script on it. So we're going to copy this component and is the outline script, get the chair, that chair at least. Move it on to that one as well. Paste component values. And with that, we're going to do the same thing to all the other grabbable objects in the area. Let's check the stream again. Cool, we're on 33 minutes. This desk is grabbable as well, so we're going to apply it to that. Paste values, now it's yellow. This chair as well. Hello, friend. Oh, oh, you are already set. Awesome. You, friend, as well. I think I forgot about you. That chair as well. That should be everything in this area. Lovely. So now we're gonna try that out. Hmm. See what else needs to be fixed in this level. Hmm. Okay. So that's not meant to happen. They're all doing that. You know what? Let's just do this on startup. Let's have that as false. So it all turns off at the beginning. Let's see if Unity likes that. Because sometimes Unity is very, very picky on what it likes and what it doesn't like. Hmm. And that is still activating on startup. I specifically tell it not to. Mm, interesting. Huh. Maybe we need to add an on awake script. Fortunately, you seem to have created another problem. You know, that is the case with Unity. Sometimes you add something cool, and it turns out it's a whole heap of mess. Lovely. This is very, very, very fixable. It's just a matter of figuring out what exactly went wrong with us here. Because how should be is that these outlines only appear once the player is next to them. But they seem to want to start just rendering on their own, which is not what we want. Hmm. Hmm. The outline is still there. Um, hmm. My my apologies once again, chat. I would like to talking more, but unfortunately, I put myself into a little hole here. Um, hmm, interesting. Should be public instead. Does not seem to have fixed it. Still appears to be rendering through the walls, which is not what I want. There's one over there that seems to be obeying me. I suppose. Oh, this one. No, still. Well, if that's the case. I need to take a look at this. The script I put in. Well, hmm. Yeah, I don't think this needs to be there, but that shouldn't cause any issues, I believe. So yes, chat, this may be an issue I need to fix off stream so I can give it my full attention, but you know, so is how these things go. Mm, hmm. I do believe this outline idea is a good one, but it's just a matter of implementing it correctly, you know? And at the moment, I'm not implementing it correctly, unfortunately. Mm, I'm gonna crack at this a little more, and then I believe that will be a good spot to end off the stream. Um, so at the moment, on start, I try to tell it to do that, but it doesn't seem to wanna wanna help out here. On trigger enter, it only enables if true, and that. See if that helps. Mm. Yeah, I do believe this is something I'm gonna need to go in and fix on my own. Because it started like that, but then interesting. And I didn't need to put one for this one, for the first person controller. Let's see where I've used this. Only those two times, huh? I see. Hmm. Well, it's certainly something I'm gonna have to fix on my own time. But on that note, um, I do believe I'm gonna be ending off the stream here. I think that's a good place to stop. I do need to figure this out on my own, I believe. Cool. Um, unfortunately, no one came around to suggest stuff in chat, but there's always the YouTube comments. This video will be up on YouTube. Um, and when it's up there, feel free to suggest stuff in the comments if you think of any ways to help out the stream, help out me, help out Ellie, help out Vidang. Whenever we go live, chat is always available. Um, but on that note, thank you very much for stopping by the Vortex stream. I'm Francisco, and I'll be seeing you soon.